New Black Wall Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. Educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power and we'll never give it up. Literature that's for the masses. Where to put your money down, now how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. Yeah. We all just come together. There's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
All right, my beautiful people, thanks so much for joining us here tonight in our special edition of New Black Wall Street Book Club, which is our BossVest business series, where we are actually looking to help the entrepreneur actually get started in business. And we have come across one of the best business books that I recommend that you pick up and that you read and you keep into your library. It's called The Execution Pipeline. The Execution Pipeline is a step-by-step guide to help you move your business idea from dream to reality. Everybody put in the comments below, from dream to reality. Now, I don't know who I might be talking to tonight, but wherever you might be, whether you be in some group or whatever, if you want to interact with us, you want to come on over to ERGJ Enterprises, where we actually broadcasting from tonight, because this is going to be the place where we meet every Tuesday night to help you go from dream to reality. And so hopefully you're going to be ready to rock and roll. This is going to be more of an introduction to the book and to give you a little bit of time to catch up. Now, what I will say is this. This is not entertainment, people. This is for people that are serious about going to the next level. And so you want to make sure that you bring your notes, that you're able to take the steps necessary, actually capture the steps, and do something with the steps. There's homework involved and things like that. And it's really about the serious person who has this concept or idea, and you want to bring this to the marketplace, or you already have a business and you want to expand your brand with a new service or a new product. And so if you're ready to take this journey, this long journey down the road of the execution pipeline, then get ready to rock and roll. Now, I will say this. We have done this before, and there are plenty of businesses that have sprung from this type of presentation, so to speak. So we're going to be going through this over the next few weeks and really helping you to have a structure behind what it is that you say that you want to do. So good evening to everyone that's here tonight. I do want to let you know that our sponsor tonight is the ERGJ Black Bookstore. Of course, that is another one of my businesses, which highlights Black authorship. The Execution Pipeline is a Black author book. And you can actually find us on the Facebook page, ERGJ Black Bookstore. Now, I want to share with you a few things that I think are relevant to tonight. A couple other books that are in the store that you can actually pick up, where we're allowing you to share because you care about other people. Let me go and let you know about Mikey Learns About Business. This is one of the books. Of course, it's a business book, an entrepreneurship book. It's actually geared towards a child. So you actually have a kid authored book that a 9-year-old, actually 10 years old now, who actually owns a couple different businesses. He's an author as well. And he wrote a book for kids to help them to have the courage to go into business for themselves. So Mikey Learns About Business, a children's book about entrepreneurship. You want to pick this up for your child ASAP Rock. You can get that for $15 right at the ERGJ Black Bookstore. But also, we have Real Estate 100. Another way that people build wealth is through real estate. And so this is a teen and millennial investment blueprint. In other words, real estate investing for the teen or the millennial, to give them an understanding of this thing called real estate investing. I mean, I don't know about you, but I wish that when I was, 11 years old, 13 years old, 15 years old, someone had presented to me some information about real estate investing. And where would you be if someone had done that for you? And here's what we got to do, people. We got to stop this I wish syndrome. We always say that I wish this and I wish that. I wish someone would have said something to me. So I wish someone would have taught me this. But then we had the opportunity to do something to stop it for the next generation. Do you take advantage of it? Well, you got the opportunity here with the Real Estate 100, $20 to pick this book up. A book is one of the best investments that you can ever make. And also, I believe that everyone should have a tax book in your library. Maximizing your tax refund from another system is Yvette Best. She's written another stellar book. She is an established tax accountant and an author, and it's 35 surefire ways to get more from your return now. Now, of course, we're moving towards the end of the year in 2017. You want to start preparing yourself for taxes that you're going to have to take account of for 2018. But here's the wonderful thing about this book. When you order the book, on the back, there's a barcode. And that barcode allows you to have a free 60-minute session with the author. A free 60-minute tax strategy session with the author. So not only do you get the book that gives you all of the 35 ways, but you get to have a conversation or a consultation for free. And I don't know how anybody can pass that up when it comes to keeping more of your money, because that's what tax season is all about. How much money are you going to keep from all the money that you make? Maximizing your tax refund, you pick that up again for $20. I don't know how you can be in business or want to be in business and pass up getting a tax book in your library. Well, guys, we want to get right into the execution pipeline tonight. Again, this is our way of giving back to the next generation, the next entrepreneur, that entrepreneur who wants to get into business. That entrepreneur is already in business, wants to expand their business or expand their brand. The execution pipeline, again, I believe you should have this book and go right along with us as we dive into the execution pipeline. So I really wanted to start with the back of the book, and then we'll talk a little bit about the author, and we'll get into the introduction as we prepare to learn from Mr. Anthony Flynn. It says, do you have an idea that keeps you awake at night? Have you ever thought of starting a business but don't have a defined process in place? Everybody put in the comments below, defined process. You need a process if you really want to go into business. And let me say this. Too many of us black folk, we want to go into business instead of business. Business is strategy. Business is a process. It's not just open up the shop one day and just start selling stuff, okay? We want to do business. We want to do good business as well. And we want to have defined processes for everything that we decide to do. Is there a problem in your community that you want to solve but don't have the confidence or platform to act on a resolution? Well, worry no more. The execution pipeline, a step-by-step guide to moving your business idea from dream to reality, is the antidote you need to shift from vision to implementation. Whether you're a corporate executive, a single parent, a community activist, or a student, this simple and fun process will move you to act. The format is so easy to follow, and so unlike an ordinary business plan, you may forget you're actually learning technical skills that will help you build the venture of your dreams. As you move through the pipeline, you'll begin to understand and apply such concepts as raising capital. Everybody put in the comments below, raising capital for your business or fundraising for your nonprofit organization. Developing a compelling vision and mission statement. Recruiting, training, and retaining talent. Developing a distinguished value proposition, i.e., what makes your idea unique. Penetrating a crowded market. Developing a 96-month, 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year implementation plan. The revolutionary approach defined by the execution pipeline makes the difficult challenge of moving from idea to game-changing results simple to learn and easy to understand. Let's get to work. A little bit about the author. Anthony Flynn's personal mission is to add value to others through writing, speaking, training, and leadership development. As a pioneer in execution executive in numerous multi-million-dollar ventures, Anthony has proven track record of converting ideas and theories to actionable achievements. He currently serves as founder and CEO of the Execution and the Gifted Education Foundation, along with serving as co-founder of Bedrock Creek Consultants. A little bit about the author, Anthony Flynn, and a little bit about the book. So, Execution Pipeline. Again, you want to go over to ERGJ Black Bookstore and order the book so you can go right along with us as we journey down the pipeline. So let's start here as to why you need an execution pipeline. Why do you need an execution pipeline? I don't know your story, but mine took an unexpected turn when one of the most successful leaders and businessmen on the planet inspired me to write this book. His story is impressive. Although his dad strongly influenced him, he didn't really have anyone guiding him as he grew up. He took the road less traveled, a journey that was anything but easy. Nick Van Steed grew up in Southern California as the eldest of 6 children, 5 younger sisters. Although his dad worked hard to provide for the family, his mother had to stretch their meager finances to make sure they had meals. He graduated high school and spent the majority of his time surfing the shores of the Pacific coast. Finally, after his mother challenged him to do something with his life, he shifted from being a self-prescribed beach bum to being a paratrooper in the armed forces, to a dedicated college student, and finally being the leader of a $100 million division of a large company before the age of 30. He shifted from being a man who allowed life to toss him around to one who refused to let circumstances and conditions define his life. He obtained an executive MBA from a prestigious academic institution, worked his way through the ranks of corporate America, and eventually became the CEO of a company that moved on to the Fortune 200 list under his leadership. During his 5-year reign as CEO, the company grew more than 65,000 employees and increased shareholder value from $20 plus to more than $100 a share. As I write this manuscript today, he stands as the patriarch of his immediate and extended family. He lives out his faith as a fantastic husband, loving father, and genuine friend to many. He calls me friend, but in many ways, he's been like a father to me. Love him dearly, and I'm certain that my life would not be the same without his engagement and support. During a conversation over lunch at his ranch a couple of years prior to the development of this manuscript, he and I were reflecting on a time when I was thinking of forming an organization that is now known as the Gifted Education Foundation. As he helped me think through some strategies to scale, everybody put in the comments below, scale, and expand, everybody put in the comments below, expand the reach of the organization, he told me something that would change my life forever. Anthony, I've been around a lot of great leaders in my life, but you happen to be the most disciplined I've ever met with executing on your commitments. Do you execute on your commitments? I wonder what's going on, Miss Most Wanted, executing on her commitments. That's what I'm talking about. I was blown away. Wow. I thought to myself, did he just say what I think he said? The man that I look up to as a legendary figure in life and global leader in business actually tell me that I'm the most disciplined person he's ever met. I was speechless. His comment confirmed that what I had suspected to be true. My creator wired me to provide value to others in a strategic way, helping people move their business idea from dream to reality. My mentor had accomplished what few people ever do. Countless people dream of becoming a CEO of a Fortune 200 company, but the truth of the matter is that only 200 out of 7 billion people in the world each year actually fulfill this dream. Clearly, he had to jump quite a few hurdles, experience a lot of wins and losses, and review balance sheets, income statements, and profit and loss statements. Restless nights, angry employees, crucial decisions, and weekend assignments. He had to navigate all of it. He hired, trained, worked with some of the greatest minds our world has ever known, the top 1% of executives, consultants, attorneys, engineers, and other professionals in big business. Rather than cause me to become proud, his words about my ability to get things done humbled me. I spent my entire life fighting an uphill psychological and emotional battle. Perhaps like you, I've wrestled with deep insecurities. His words of affirmation were one of the best gifts he could have given me, for they gave me the great clarity about my purpose. I spent over 7 years of hard work and accumulated thousands of dollars in debt to earn both a bachelor's and master's degree, yet I walked away from both still unclear about my purpose. Paying a lot of money for degrees doesn't guarantee success. Paying a lot of money for degrees does not guarantee success. But now I suddenly had a clear vision for how I could enhance the efficiency, the productivity, and overall well-being of thousands of people, and through them, millions more. The truth is that many seemingly successful people never find the answer to that burning question, what on earth am I here for? But once I knew my goal, everybody put in the comments below, once I know my goal. But once I knew my goal, I didn't know how I was going to accomplish it. His words inspired me to create a tool to help those with a passion for business, innovation, leadership, and entrepreneurship. That conversation gave me the courage to share with others who battle with issues of procrastination and defeat. That day, I decided to share my gift of discipline and execution to get things done. That moment, I got up from the table and I began to conceptualize this book, The Execution Pipeline, a step-by-step guide to moving your business idea from dream to reality. The metaphor of a pipeline represents the infrastructure needed to transport an idea, a product, or service from one point to another. You don't need to buy expensive planning software or pay some advanced MBA student tons of money to write a business plan. The plan doesn't make your venture a reality. Ideas don't self-execute. Repeat that again. Ideas don't self-execute. The steps to long-term success lies beyond a business plan. This is why I wouldn't change a thing about my personal journey. The pain of my past prepared me for the path I'm on now. I was a kid born to a 17-year-old mother. I managed to escape the poverty-stricken, self-defeating cycles me and my family and friends adopted, despite the absence of my biological father. While growing up in the presence of gangs, drugs, racism, among other issues, I managed to accomplish something more. My transformation defied the statistical norm. When I was younger, feelings of rejection and inferiority overwhelmed me, but I always got up the next morning and pressed on. I had desires, mentors, and God's divine plan, but so do many people who are unsuccessful. I escaped also because I also possess something intangible, gumption. At a certain point, I had to actually execute on my aspirations. Everybody put in comments below, execute. At a certain point, I had to actually execute on my aspirations. From taking the steps to move from point A to point B and the struggles in between, I discovered the process I share in this book, the pipeline that turned my own business dreams into reality. The mental, psychological, and emotional skills I needed to get through life are the same skills an entrepreneur needs to create and sustain a successful venture. According to the United States Small Business Administration, more than 90% of small businesses fail within the first 2 years. As they were for me, the odds are against you. You have to embrace this reality. According to Dun & Bradstreet, small businesses often fail because of weak leadership. In other words, if your business fails, you have to accept the part you played in that failure. So get ready for an uphill battle. My goal is to prepare you for the battle. I've designed this book as a guide to help you wiggle your way into the 10% of ventures that beat the 2-year death cycle. Although I write this book as a guide for launching a new venture, many of the principles will transfer to your everyday life. And remember, the key to a successful venture and a more satisfying life is to take action. Remember, a key to a successful venture and a more satisfying life is to take action. Countless people get up every day and have an idea for a new venture, yet they never advance to the action steps. Instead of moving forward, they continue life as usual and end up dreading the next day. In this guide, I lay out action steps so that, like me, you can beat the odds and escape from the harmful cycle that may entrap you. In the end, great dreams, lofty ambitions, and decorated plans won't propel you. You need drive, discipline, and commitment. You need drive, discipline, and commitment. You need drive, discipline, and commitment. You'll have to put in optimal energy and make sacrifices. I'm ready to take you on this journey. The question is this: are you ready to do what it takes to see this journey through? I divide the pipeline stages into 2 primary domains: theory and execution. Theory and execution. The theoretical domain details the components of the pipeline necessary for creating external credibility. You want to attract customers, investors, great talent for hire, loyalty to your brand. You have to establish these foundational components. Step 1, developing a focused concept. Step 2, measuring the concept value. Step 3, creating a long-term vision. Step 4, shaping a short-term mission. Step 5, crafting a strategy. Step 6, penetrating the market. Step 7, defining your success. Step 8, differentiating your brand. Step 9, developing human capital. And step 10, assessing your finances. 10 steps in the theory. Now in the execution domain, after you've established your theory, I challenge you to move from your dreams, which is theory, into reality, which is step 11, constructing an implementation plan. A lot of books stop at theory without ever getting into the execution phases. You might hear this message from me a lot because it is so important. Ideas do not self-execute. I offer you advice and prepare you for the journey, but at the end of the day, you have to take the action steps. You have to invest the sweat equity. You have to invest the sweat equity. So let's get busy. So this is the forward for the execution pipeline from the author. He is challenging you to get ready to invest the sweat equity. And everybody that's watching tonight, if you're ready, go ahead and put in the comments below, I'm ready to invest. I'm ready to invest. Because here's the deal, people. This is not entertainment. Hopefully you've got your notes. Hopefully you're saying, I'm ready to rock and roll. Hopefully you're saying, you know what? I'm done just dreaming about what I want to do. I'm ready to put what I want to do in action. I'm ready to form and construct a strategy, some structure around this thing that's been in my head or in my spirit for so long. See, it's in the execution or the action where dreams are actually born. It's in the action. Let's get to it. Step one, develop a focused concept. Develop a focused concept. James Penny was born in 1875 to poor farmers. His humble beginnings and appreciation for hard work empowered him to work his way through the ranks of the Golden Rule store chain. He eventually purchased the chain and renamed it J.C. Penney. During the Great Depression, James personally took on more than $7 million of debt when the company lost more than $40 million. To add insult to injury, he nearly died when he was suddenly struck with tuberculosis. But his passion gave him the tenacity he needed to rejuvenate both his health and his business. Everybody put in the comments below, my passion. But his passion gave him the tenacity he needed to rejuvenate both his health and his business. He took out a loan, rebuilt the business, and ended up living to the grand old age of 95. James Penny had a vision, the discipline to execute his vision, and the resilience to press on through setbacks. Repeat that again. He had a vision, the discipline to execute the vision, and the resilience to press on through setbacks. He refused to allow anyone or anything to impede his long-term dreams. Unfortunately, many people don't even get past the concept phase. Think about the last good idea you had. Have you pursued it, or is it still on the back burner as you find yourself waiting on the right moment to move forward? You're not alone in this waiting cycle. J.C. Penney says some folks have a wishbone instead of a backbone. The goal of this first step is to help you move from wishing to working. The goal of this first step is to help you from wishing to working. It's time for you to shift from conceptualizing to implementing. To begin implementing, you'll need to focus. You have to commit your energy to a single, clear goal. James Penny chose to focus on building a department store brand. You might have a million ideas flowing through your head, but to implement any of them, you'll have to hone in on a single idea. Otherwise, as best-selling author Seth Godin said, you'll become a wandering generality as opposed to a meaningful specific. Resist the human tendency to become a wandering generality. The next 10 chapters will help you select which of your concepts you should execute. So we're going to move into, I believe we're going to do the first 3, if we can get through with those tonight. I'm trying to go another 15 minutes. I want to give you guys some meat, okay? So the first step, or the first whatever, number 1, okay? Everybody put in the comments below, establish your concept. Let me go ahead and put number 2 and number 3 in here so I can make sure I don't have to keep stopping. Establish your concept. And here's the deal, man. What I find is when it comes to actually doing something, that's when we find ourselves not having as much participation. Because so many people just want to talk about what they want to do. And as my good old Bible tells us, the harvest is plenty and the laborers are few. So when it comes down to actually doing some work, And they want to complain all the time about the dreams that they never realized because they never put anything, no sweat equity into, there we go, into action. All right, got them all. All right, establish your concept. So here's the first of a long journey into the execution pipeline. The first thing you need is a set of clear, a clear set of blueprints. A written plan clarifies your process for both you and the public. Carve out a few hours in your schedule to outline your ideas. Don't think so much about endless details so that you end up empty-handed and frustrated after hours of unproductive energy. Just write. Once you've gotten all of your initial thoughts, set them aside for a few days. Return eventually and narrow your ideas down to 50 to 75 words. Simplicity and focus will help you shape a clear description for your audience. Once you've created a basic framework, you should edit your blueprint several times to ensure you've examined all angles. The key is finding a healthy balance between free writing and careful examination. So here's the first question that you should be answering and your first set of homework for you to do. Here's the question. What exactly is your concept? What exactly is your concept? So if you are an entrepreneur and you're looking to get into business, if you are in business and you're looking to expand your brand to offer a new service or product, number one question, what exactly is your concept? Now, if you don't know the answer to that, you're going to take some time, a couple of hours, and do what we just said. Carve out a few hours in your schedule. Outline your ideas. Simplify them down to 50 to 75 words. Go from free writing to careful examination until you have examined all angles to be able to answer the question clearly for both you and the public. What exactly is your concept? That's step number one. Everybody got that? Everybody got that. BossVest Business Series, okay? This is for serious people that's taking notes and ready to move forward so they can create that business that they desire. Number two, if I put this comments low, discover your inspiration. Discover your inspiration. Here we're talking about the why, right? The best ideas solve a specific problem. What problems are you attempting to solve? The problem might be tied to something personal, such as escaping an incompetent boss. Or it might be a wider reaching issue, like helping an underserved group in the community around you. Whatever the case, take time to determine what drives you. Once again, the key is to write it out. If you don't get it on paper, it will lack clarity. If it's not clear, it will never become reality. After you've clarified your plan, you'll need to remember your inspiration. When external factors challenge and overwhelm you, this inspiration will keep you going. Remind yourself that the pain of going backwards outweighs the pain of pressing forward. Ultimately, pressing forward leads to a definitive solution. And here's the question that you want to have answered after you finish step two. What inspired your concept in the first place? So the question number one that you want to have answered in your homework, what exactly is your concept? Question number two that you want to have answered in your homework, what inspired your concept in the first place? Why do you want to do what you want to do? It's got to be bigger than yourself. It's got to be bigger than just making some money. Why? What inspired your concept in the first place? And then we'll do number three here, guys, and we'll stop here. The third step, give you guys some time over the next week to finish your homework as we come back next week. And it simply says this: align the concept with your core values. Align your concept with your core values. Almost every successful leader I know spends his or her time investing in activities that align with specific core values. Clear core values will guide your major decisions and help you maintain your focus. We got to talk about this just a little bit. But now we're talking about your moral code. Now we're talking about your value system and really staying true to who you are and what you represent. That goes a long way in clarity, and that goes a long way in things that you say yes to and things you say no to, because either it aligns with your core values or it doesn't. There is no gray area. Either it does or it does not. If you've decided that you're going to close on Sunday like Chick-fil-A, you close on Sunday, period, because that is your core value. And it's the reason why Chick-fil-A is so successful, because they have a core values which guide their every move. And as you think about this business that you want to get started, this concept that you want to bring out, this venture that you want to develop, you got to start with who you are and the values that you represent. So it says take some time to define 4 to 6 non-negotiable core values and commit to them. I think this might be the most difficult piece for most people, to commit to your core values. Because here's what happens. When you commit to something, there's going to be something that challenges your commitment. Most of the time it's money. Let me say this again. Once you commit to something, there's going to be something that comes to challenge your commitment. And that's really just the world just seeing how serious you are about that which you speak. And most of the time, the thing that comes to challenge your commitment is money. Can you be bought off? How serious are you about your very own value system? As you define your values, you might make some difficult discoveries. You might find that you wasted time, lived an undisciplined life, or followed the advice of unqualified guides. Pay close attention to these issues because they will follow you if not addressed. When these issues threaten to hold you back on your journey, you'll need to hold on to your core values. Let your values guide and focus you while pursuing your dreams. Now, here's the question that you want to have answered once you complete step 3. How does your concept align with your core values? How does your concept align with your core values? Well, guys, we have gotten through 3 steps on the execution pipeline. How to make your business, move your business idea from dream to reality. This is a step-by-step guide, and I suggest you follow along with us the whole way through. Now, in the event that you should miss an episode because of the schedules, we are actually recording this on YouTube as well. So you can catch up on YouTube if you want to do that. You just go over to ERGJ Enterprises on the YouTube. We have a channel there that we're recording live right now. And so in the event that you miss next week's episode, it's going to be Tuesday at 9 o'clock, every Tuesday, okay? If you miss next week or the week after, you can catch up. But the whole point is not to entertain you. I'm not here to entertain. You might get a little entertainment. I'm not sure. The whole point is to empower you so that you bring that thing that's in you out. You let your light shine to the rest of the world, and you find the success that you know you should have, but it all is predicated on you taking action, on you showing up, on you getting the book, on you reading the book, on you implementing what you learn. The one thing I cannot do for you is work for you. I can inspire you. I can give you the tools and the resources. I can give you the advice and the guidance, but I cannot make you work. And that is the biggest difference that I've seen in successful people. Unsuccessful people wish, successful people work. You got to ask yourself, which one are you? Well, guys, this is ERGJ, your certified financial educator on your BossVest business series, where we're looking to help the entrepreneur get started in business and the entrepreneur to expand in business. And we're using this core book to go through and teach these principles to help you to bring out your new concept. It's called The Execution Pipeline by Anthony Flynn, a step-by-step guide on how to turn your business idea from dream to reality. You can pick the book up right at the ERGJ Black Bookstore. Just go over to the Facebook page, ERGJ Black Bookstore. Find the book, order the book, and you'll have the book by next episode, by the next class, by the next session, by the next workshop. And I want to challenge you to do the homework. Don't be a person who just watches but doesn't do the work. You're not going to get much out of it other than entertainment. But hopefully, we've brought value into your life today, because I believe that money is nothing more than the exchange of value for value. And if you've gotten value out of tonight, go ahead and leave in the comments below, what value did you receive tonight? What did you learn today? What changed for you? Because at the end of the day, guys, if we're not making a difference, there is no reason for me to continue to do this. I'm doing this for free, but I'm doing it to make a difference. And I want to know, what kind of difference have we made in your life tonight? What has sparked? What has changed? What have you learned? What are you just deciding to do because you tuned into a Facebook Live session where people are doing something that most people are unwilling to do, which is empower other Black folk? Well, guys, while you guys are typing, so I know I talk faster than you type, I'll give you a second to let us know, what did you learn today? What impact has tonight made on your life as it relates to your concept, your venture, your dream that you want to make a reality? Hopefully, you got a lot of value. Hopefully, we'll see you next week. Well, I want you to remember this, guys, that it takes a village, and it starts with us. Let's build Black wealth together. The ERGJ Certified Financial Educator, CEO of ERGJ Black Bookstore and ERGJ Enterprises. We hope to see you again next week as we continue on our BossVest business series. Guys, have a good night. Talk to you soon.
It's the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Black Wall Street with your host Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now you ain't gotta leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the New Black Wall Street Book Club.